Hello. Fighters can be some of the nicest people you could ever meet, and there's a good reason as to why. They're not afraid, so they can confidently handle a situation with that certainty. That's typically how it is, isn't it? If you're confident that you can handle a situation, you feel more safe, so you're less likely to overreact, which allows you to focus on your next best move in the moment, which in a civil setting is typically just treating the other person with respect and integrity, just being a good person. A lot of the time, excessiveness, a need to be dominant in a situation that doesn't necessarily call for it, it comes from a place of weakness. But when you are confident in your own ability, it's easy to be calm. It is easy to be kind. But nonetheless though, what grounds that ability is a subtone of possible physical escalation. There's always that threat. They're always ready to escalate physically, and you can feel it. And in that sense, it's almost as if a fighter can be very normal in civilized society, but at the end of the day, because they've reinforced a frame of crush, a frame of hurting another person diligently into their being, a part of them will always have this monster, a real monster that's always felt. You can feel it, you always know when it's there. And if you look at this interaction here between Conor McGregor and Sean O'Malley, you can kind of sense that the two are sizing each other up, and that the two have that monster within them. There's this tension, this possibility of physical escalation, but they're both civil. They both understand the context of the setting they're in, and they both don't really have anything to gain from engaging in such a thing. And so, of course, they're going to treat each other respectfully, even though that subtext is there, that subcommunication is there, the subtle threat of escalation. They're both always ready. And when you understand, you realize why MGK would push Conor McGregor. You heard Conor say it himself, like, who is this guy? I don't even know who this guy is.
No scuffle at all. No, I don't know the man. He's always there's him and Megan to be at the fights, and I just showed up, and I don't know. I don't even know the guy, to be honest with you.
Just rumours.
Just rumours. Nothing happened with me. I only fight real fighters, people that actually fight.
Then they returned once Conor left.
How did you coordinate these outfits this evening? Yeah? Daddy. Whatever Daddy says.
Imagine someone who's legitimately dangerous coming up. You're with a girl you have affection for, and all of a sudden he doesn't even acknowledge you. He doesn't even recognize you. You yourself are a star, but he does not care. He doesn't know who you are. And at the same time, he's kind of sizing you up. And you can feel that in the subcommunication by virtue of what he is. Conor McGregor is a very dangerous man. If he wanted to, he could touch MGK at will. He could do whatever he wanted to him, quite frankly. He could hurt him, seriously. But nonetheless, though, the man is with Megan Fox. He feels it. He feels this subcommunication of I could hurt you if I wanted to. Even though Conor was probably being very civil. It's just it's felt, and MGK is not being acknowledged. The only thing from there that makes sense is to regain a bit of footing, a bit of ground. He probably feels like he has to show that he's a man in front of the girl he likes. Even if Conor could do whatever he wanted to him, he's going to hold his ground. And you can always feel this. You can always feel this world coming into play, this sub-communication world, which is the majority of an interaction, isn't it? The words exist to communicate a sub-communication, a feeling. This is why MGK felt a need to push Conor McGregor. It would also make sense as to why instantly Conor McGregor was ready to punch MGK in the face. He showed him the left paw. He showed him the left paw, saying, I can strike you for doing that. Even though he's being civil, even though he's being kind, he's probably sizing him up and making him feel unacknowledged. And with that, the moment he was touched, I could hurt you. I could touch you. And he could. But that's the reality, isn't it? The civil behavior is grounded in a certainty that the individual can handle themselves in any situation, and that tension, that constant possibility of physical escalation, that's what grounds their nice behavior, grounds their civil nature. It's because they're not afraid. Their certainty that they can handle themselves is why they are not afraid. That's something we as men typically do encounter very regularly. And that's just it. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your perspective in the comments below. And thank you all for watching. Until next time. Peace.